Welcome to WiKY's presentation. And my name is Piyush Kumar, and I am the CEO of WWiKY BioSciences and the Clinical Professor Emeritus at the UFA. I will tell you about WiKY's technology, but before that, I would like to tell you what the problem is with malignant tumors, and that's the condition which is called hypoxia or oxygen deprivation in these tumors that make tumors therapy resistant. And unfortunately, hypoxia is found in all types of solid tumors. And over 40% of the patients, they are reported with this problem. So conventional therapies fail, and therapy that is there, it causes toxic side effects. So it's a major global problem. The solution, in my opinion, and I think all scientists will agree, that a technology that can selectively target hypoxic tumors and in all types of cancer, and also successfully diagnose and treat them with precision doses, that technology will help these patients and the medical sciences. And that's what WiKY technology is. Additional beauty of our technology is that we use the same drug for both diagnosis and treatment. That is a theranostic solution, which ensures precise tumor targeting during both interventions. This way, WiKY technology can turn hypoxia from a problem to an advantage. And no such technology is available. Before I go to the detail of this technology, I would just want to go to the next screen. Can you see that?
We're still on slide 1, it looks like, from my view.
Yeah, so
there we go.
Yeah, thank you. So WiKY's products, we have a couple of products in our portfolio. Hypoxia 1 is the technology that we are talking about. It's a cancer theranostic, and we received a phase 1/2 clinical trial approval from Health Canada. Our trial site is ready, which is the Cross Cancer Institute, and our clinical team is in place. We have another product, Hypoxia M, which is a lab reagent for imaging and mapping of cellular hypoxia. That product is ready for commercialization. It's a cost-effective technology and competes well with one of the products that is available in the market. Hypoxia P is the precursor for synthesizing radiolabeled Hypoxia 1, and this product is also ready for commercialization. We have a pipeline, and we have IP in place, international and a couple of regional patents, and they are owned by WWiKY BioSciences. Here is our clinical trial plan, which shows how Hypoxia 1 can act as a theranostic radiopharmaceutical. As you see on the top, using diagnostic doses of Hypoxia 1, we can identify the patients that have hypoxic tumors, and using the image scans, we can calculate individualized therapy doses that those patients will need for treatment, and then we'll use therapeutic doses to treat the patients. That way, the treatment is safe, effective, and non-toxic. The technology is precise because it can identify patients that benefit from this therapy and then prescribe precise therapeutic dose that will also minimize toxicity. It's also versatile because it's effective against many types of solid tumors, and we can combine our technology with other treatment modalities such as chemotherapy. And as I mentioned earlier, our trial has been approved by Health Canada. Here is an example of successful FDA-approved drugs that are being used for cancer treatment. The top one is Lutathera, and you can see that it has a market of about $500 million in 2020. The points to be noted are that this compound and the other compound mentioned here, they treat only one kind of cancer, and they also do not treat hypoxic tumors. So our technology is unique in that sense that it targets multiple types of cancers and targets hypoxic tumors. That way, our technology is trying to address the global problem. I must mention here that radiodiagnostics alone market is projected to grow to about $12.4 billion by 2025. Here, I want to tell that we have spent about $6 million on the list of items shown on the left side, and we need $3 million to run this clinical trial, pipeline development, management, and products marketing. We will need subsequent funds for pursuing multi-center advanced clinical trial. I would also point out here that hypoxia is found in many other critical diseases, and our product is useful in diagnosing those technologies as well, those diseases as well. Here we have team. Besides me, there is Dr. Michael Weinfeld, a well-known radiation and molecular biologist at the university, and he is senior scientist and CSO at WWiKY. Dr. John Yao has tremendous industrial experience and his CFO. And we have a team of clinical and scientific advisors. Dr. Michael Sar will be leading the clinical trial. He's a medical oncologist. Dr. Naresh Jha is a radiation oncologist, and he's part of the team. Dr. Lenby has been involved with the development of this technology for years. And for contact, you can contact me at the address given here. And I will thank you for listening to me and happy to answer any questions.
Great, thank you, Dr. Kumar. I have a question, unless anyone else wants to jump in with one. I don't see any in the chat.
Yes.
Okay, great. So in terms of timeline, it looks like you mentioned that you're currently entering phase 1 and 2 with the first product. What is the overall timeline that you expect before reaching, say, phase 3 clinical trials?
So this trial is termed for 3 years. I will be recruiting 30 patients. Of those 30 patients, we hope to diagnose about 15 patients. We'll be treating them, and we are recruiting all types, but we'll be focusing mainly on head and neck cancers and small cell lung cancers, where hypoxia is very dominantly prevalent, that we will have significant data. And as soon as we start getting the data on therapy, which will be in this term, we'll be going for the next phase trial.
Great, thank you. Any other questions from the floor?
Yeah, I'm just wondering, in terms of the kind of funding that you're looking for, there's a variety of types. Normally, people look for federal grant funding for clinical trials, but I realize that's not very easy in Canada. What kind of funding are you looking for to get across this valley of death and get over to the other side?
Well, we are looking for investments as well, and we can discuss the terms if people come forward, and I hope they come forward. We have applied for CHR funds for this clinical trial. Obviously, it takes time, and our trial has been approved, so we'd like to start as soon as possible, as soon as the money is available, because everything else is in place.
That's great. Is there anything else that we could provide as a community, whether it's infrastructure or other supports?
Well, so we are like on the business side, if we have somebody to support our marketing, where we have a few products that we can put in the market that can generate some revenues. Also, it will need some expert who can translate our trial into the future multi-centers, including FDA approval, and in Europe as well, because we have the technology covered there as well. Europe is one of the regions where work on hypoxia is substantial, including US and Australia and China. So we have tremendous opportunity, but we need experts in those directions and mentors. Certainly funds as well.
Okay.
Great. Michael, I'll maybe ask whether we have time for one more question, or do you want to proceed on to the next presenter?
Well, let's move on. Sorry, I think John
Okay.
Porter's got a question.
Yeah, for sure. So, so John, did you want to go ahead and ask that question, or would you like me to ask that? Sure, I'll just go ahead. So, so Hypox-M for diagnostic, is that used with PET or MRI? Is the first question.
So no, so it's radiopharmaceutical, and we use SPECT imaging to diagnose the patients and identify of those patients which one are hypoxic, and then take those forwards for the treatment using the same drug. So basically, the drug is not changing, only the dose is changing from imaging dose to therapeutic dose. So this way, it's a precise treatment, and target doesn't change, pharmacokinetics doesn't change, efficiency is more, and side effects are minimal. So it's SPECT imaging followed by MRT treatment, molecular radiotherapy using the same pharmaceutical.
And John, did you want to continue asking those other two questions?
John, we can't hear you. Not sure if your mic is off. Maybe I'll ask, if you were ready to commercialize, where would the manufacturing occur and how much money do you need to commercialize?
So to answer your first question, we have the facility is a GMP compliant facility in Toronto that will manufacture the radiopharmaceutical. And beauty of this technology is that the product has long half-life, about 8 days, so we can ship the product manufactured here to other places, and there will still be enough activity to treat and image people. So that problem is not there. It's actually a CPDC, which is a well-known organization to manufacture radiopharmaceuticals, and to translate product to other sites. I would say center, if we take even same patients, probably somewhere between $8 to $10 million, because we'll be recruiting more patients and they'll be based mostly on the therapy side,
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. I think with that, we will potentially move